Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an M12, the Tier 7 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Lakeville, and it's under the command of Goliath Killer 1. Okay, game's underway. It's a 155mm howitzer mounted on an M3 hull, and well, it's got an alpha damage of 700 and penetration rate of 39mm. The burst radius is 7.6mm, but, well, 7.6 meters, not millimeters, but it's only got 20 rounds of ammunition. You don't get a whole lot actually. And during the Second World War, when these were used, the door knocker, they made 100 of them. It was called the door knocker because it would actually knock down bunkers, and the shell impacting the side of the bunker was like a door knock. Well, they used to have a vehicle which would actually carry all the ammunition. Oh, first shot hits a T-71. He does only 47 hit points of damage, but the T-71's taken out the game very quickly. He's also noticed there's a couple of enemy tanks on the other end of the lake road, but he's not going to go and hit those, not just yet. Oh, Scorpion's managed to flip himself, and Goliath Killer 1's coming in for the rescue. So the Panther's trying to help out as well. I think he's like trying to push him over. So just give it a shove. That's it. Bit more. That's it. Done it. Rescued. Always nice when Arty does that. You know, people complain about Arty a lot, but the truth is that Arty players are more conscious of the need to keep other players in the game, and they will rescue other players because of course they can see what the hell's going on. Okay, well, he's got a number of targets. There's an M46 pattern over on the other side of the town. He's also got a couple of enemy tanks on the lake road, and I think that's what he's going to go for. First, he can put a round into that T-44. Just got hit and lost 255 hit points. I think that was a 90mm round. Fires one 155mm round at him, but pulls back and moves to a different position. Now, one of the main reasons why he actually went where he did, into the, not to stay behind his own cap, is because he could see that the enemy was actually likely to come down the valley. And if you think that the enemy is going to make it through, then it is better to abandon that position and end up in a position where you can actually shoot the enemy as they try to take the cap. Now, he's placed himself in this bush, but you can actually be spotted by the enemy if they happen to be on the lake road, so it sometimes isn't advisable to be in this spot. I know, because I've been spotted here. He's aiming to where the T-44 was last seen, but an enemy renegade has just come around the corner. Now, he hasn't centered his arc at the moment. You see that green line extending from the front of the vehicle? He really ought to put that on the Emil. Fires around in, just stuns him. You can see that the GW Panther's firing into the town right over the top of Goliath Killer 1. And the reason why you center the arc is because of that Object 263, which has suddenly become visible. Tier 9 Soviet tank destroyer. Rounds out. 139 from a near miss. Now, looks like our GW is helping out now as well. And from this position, he's covered. We just lost the GW Panther to an enemy GW, and the enemy is now capping. So going behind that rock actually saves Goliath Killer from being wiped out, but that Emil 1 is capping. Oh, he's just been killed. Okay, so we've got two tanks to deal with here, the Object 263 and the T-44. And so long as he can keep them from going into the cap, hopefully his team will recognise the situation they're in and return to ensure that the cap isn't captured. And a direct hit on the 263. It's a tier 7 Arty in a tier 9 game, so he's going to earn extra XP for all the higher tier opponents that he hits. But the 263 is a very tough tank destroyer because it's made from the hull of an IS-7, if I remember correctly. Can't see it now, but I think he's guessing it's still there, but doesn't want to fire the round just unless he needs it urgently for other means. We've only got a 1 tank advantage on the enemy at the moment. Our guys are getting closer, so they should spot something very soon. I'd be surprised if the enemy were to abandon those positions, but the Yak Tiger's coming round from the Lake Road. The other guys are making it up the A line. We should spot the enemy tanks very, very shortly. Meanwhile, the Centurion 7-1 appears to be, well, stalled just outside town. There's the 263. He actually went around the corner to wait for somebody to try to recover the cap so he could ambush them. He is low enough that he could be splashed, but he's being very careful to hide behind the rock, and we couldn't get a shot into him, but he does get killed. The Renegade got him. Oh, now this is interesting. T-44 went around and is now attacking the Centurion 7-1 down in the south. We're having to back up because we can't shoot over the rock, or have to shoot over the rock. We're going to get a shot at him. There's a T-28 a short distance away, and unfortunately the Centurion 7-1 goes down, but we fire around at the T-44. Don't know if we hit him, but it looks as if the enemy has actually abandoned the position near the cap, and that means that Goliath Killer 1 can now return to the cap. Instead, he's going to try and support the Panther. T-28's been spotted. Tier 8 American tank destroyer. No, not turreted though. Just took some damage. Just need to spot him. Fires a round in blind. Hits him. The shell disappeared without any explosion. Meanwhile, we've got a Tiger 1 on the Lake Road. Reload time is 23.01 seconds, which is fairly normal for a 155mm round, except of course when you're firing it from an M44. It's loaded. Rounds out. Direct hit on the Tiger, good hit, and he goes down after that, so the Emil 2 picks up another kill, and we're now aiming towards that T-28 again. Looks like our guys are coming down the valley as well. The enemy Arty's been spotted. It's an M12, and he didn't last very long. In fact, there is another enemy Arty, a GW Panther, but we haven't seen him yet. Trying to get a shot on the T-28. Again, he's being very careful, but now he's going to get a bit of surprise. A bit of surprise butt sex from that Panther 2, and we just stunned him. Goliath Killer got a stun on him, and he's picking up stun assists, which is very useful. Now, where is he going? I think he's trying to pick another position, a better position, to hit that T-28. The Panther 2 is hiding around one side. T-28's trying to chase him around the rock, but the T-71's coming up behind him now. We fire around in, and oh, lovely one. Tracked him and stunned him, and now the T-71 is taking it out on his rear. Unfortunately, the T-71 really doesn't have the penetration to get through the T-28's tough hull. But luckily the T-28 can't turn round. And now Goliath Killer fires another round in and stuns the T-28 again. He's down to 54 hit points. And he is now the last enemy tank, and he's taken out of the game just after they killed the GW Panther. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats, and we'll see how Goliath Killer managed to get on. Well, he got a second-class tanker in that game, in the M12. He picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9 in this one. And he got a Confederate medal because although he didn't kill any enemy tanks, he did hit more of them than anyone else on the team. And yes, he picks up a win 8 of 1482. Very low win 8 actually, for that matter. But there again, he didn't have to abandon the position he was in and retreat to a new position to try and hold the cap area. If we look at the detail report, we can see that it was actually the M12 that did the best in that game. He managed to pick up a high caliber and a top gun for 4,443 hit points of damage. The Panther II got 3,471, just after the Schwartz Panzer on the enemy team with 3,600, and Goliath Killer only managed to get 1,286 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was that M12. I'm afraid Goliath Killer didn't get any kills at all in that one. And when it came to base XP, well, the M12 got 1196, the Panther II got 1105, and the Renegade 1035. But then the next highest on base XP is Goliath Killer 1 with 802, so 4th place on XP. Fired 12 shots, got 3 direct hits, no penetrations but 12 splash. Damage of 1,286 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he did get 740 hit points of stun assist of 12 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 20,138 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 6,698 credits. Got 1 bomb for the Confederate, and 802 base XP times 2 for the first victory, 1,604 experience points altogether. So that was a solid Confederate game, and I think what it illustrates is that he did relocate as quickly as he could when he realised that they were going to collapse in the valley, and the best thing he could do was actually go to the other end and just provide support. But the one thing he did that the GW Panther on his team didn't do is make sure he was well behind cover, because the GW stayed out in the open, got spotted by the enemies on the lake road and taken out the game, whereas Goliath Killer, because he was hiding behind the rock, he was far enough away from the enemy tanks in the cap and could not be seen by the guys who were on the lake road, and that way he stayed alive long enough to see the end of the battle. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.